Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. Today I've got two replays to show you in the Tier 8 German Premium Light Tank, the Tiger Shark. The first replay here is on El Hallouf and we are platooned up with our good friend Swindle321 and my friend Cubius Pickle. It is quite an old replay, this one. Had it saved up for a little while, so I wanted to try and just clear some space and get rid of these replays. The Tiger Shark is actually an incredibly fun light tank to play. It's a 3-shot autoloader with 240 alpha per shot. It's also got the HEP HE rounds. You've got the 320 alpha, but with like the 102 pen on the HE rounds, which is really good. And you can pick up a lot of damage in a quick space of time in this light tank. I think there's 3 versions which come out when the Hot Wheels come out. They're all exactly the same, but just different skins, which is a bit crazy. But here we are in El Hallouf. We've pushed down to the middle to try and spot. We managed to pick up a kill on an enemy light tank, and now we are on reload. Swindle's decided to go in on that medium tank, but I'm actually on reload, so I can't help him at the moment. I'm coming in to try and get ready. To the second I'm on reload, I can try and finish this off, try and save Swindle some of his hit points. And we do manage to come in and pick up the kill. So, decent game. We've picked up 2 kills. As you can see, it is an old replay. You can't actually see the kill counter at the top there. The second replay I've got is a more recent one. But we're in the middle. This is a top tier game. We are kind of fail platooning a little bit because we've got 2 light tanks in the team. I usually don't like doing that because you then end up getting into lobbies where there's more light tanks. There's 4 light tanks in this one and 1 enemy fun police. A lot of our team is sort of just around our base area. No one's really pushed up to the top, which means we're more likely to lose that side. But what I do have is I know I've got people behind me which can shoot, which I spot. So I need to try and make use of that and spot some of the tanks on the top of the ridge. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. We've already picked up, just shy of 900 damage and 900 assistance damage. So a decent start to the game. Picked up 2 kills and haven't lost any hit points yet. We then spot an enemy tank destroyer. We're trying, and he unfortunately detects us before we get to where we wanted to be behind this ridge. So we need to try and get saved by the enemy shots that are coming in. But we do pick up some more assistance there, putting us onto 1400 assistance damage. And it's still we're 3 tanks up, but it's still a pretty close game. Like I say, a lot of our team is sort of stuck in our base, so I'm trying to spot any tanks here. We do spot an enemy proc tank destroyer then, and now we spot an Italian auto reloader. So we need to try and get into cover. We can't really push that Italian tank where he is. What I'd like to do is try and bait him to push me, because if he does push me, I do have people who can cover me. You see those tank destroyers on the ridge. So if he comes in and pushes me, then it's going to be my spot, and I should hopefully pick up some assistance damage from that. So I'm trying to push up now to try and keep him lit. Keep tanks spotted, to see if we can get any shots in. And again, just keep an eye out this Italian tank. You see he's creeping forward. But he gets shot by our friendly team covering us. I pick up some more assistance, putting us under 2,300. But now, he's realised, the tanks realise they can't push us anymore. Unfortunately, Swindle's been taken out. So it's just left with me, my friend Pickle, who's actually pushed up to come over to this side. I think because a lot of the enemy team just haven't pushed up on the sort of A1-2 area, which is where I like to go when I'm in sort of a medium tank, or a heavy tank, which can go hold down at the start. But now I'm getting pushed by a Borsig, and I've still got that Italian tank there. I took a few auto aim shots, which were pretty poor, but I was more concerned about not getting shot, to be honest, at that point. And I couldn't stay there anymore because if that Italian tank pushed me while the Borsig was there, it wasn't going to be great. Got some shots on this Hellcat there, so I wait for my reloading, pick up a shot. He shortly gets taken out by the Iron Rain. Bring this to a 10 versus 8. Now I know the majority of the enemy team are still in their base. There's an enemy light tank here. We're looking for some shots here. Unfortunately, we maybe could aim a little better. We don't pick them up. The funny thing about this tank, the heat shells actually have higher velocity than the APCR standard rounds, which They do that quite a lot, and I don't think it really makes sense, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is a thing. We get a shot into this Italian tank. He also pretty much pick up most of his hit points there on the assistance damage, bringing us to 3,000 assistance and 2,000 damage of our own, with 5 enemy teammates remaining. Again, the majority of them are on the top of the hill. So we want to try and go up now and spot them. We know the Italian tank on the right was dead, but there's still the Borsig there. We try, fortunately, if he misses his shot, we're going to go and try and now take care of this Borsig. We swapped to the HE rounds here because we can easily pen the Borsig with them, and that will boost our DPM because you get the 320 alpha. So we get one shot in. Well, we should get one. We just reloaded. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we actually penned that. We do pen this one, and now we get the final one, picking up the kill, putting us on to just shy of 2,500 damage and 3,000 assistance. And now we're just going to try and spot the rest of the teams remaining. We're still on full health, so we can afford to eat a shot at the moment. We spot this enemy heavy tank, but we also spot a G-Saw, which we wasn't expecting to be there. He shot 2 shots, so he's only got a minimum of 2 shots in, so I can eat 2 shots. He's missed 1, so now he's got 1 shot remaining, and now he's out, and he's going to be out for about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to try and get my shots in. I kind of annoyingly was trying to shoot his lower plate, but my gun wasn't allowing me to do so. But we do get a couple of shots in. I could have penned more shots there, which is a bit of a shame, but now we need to try and just get out of there. The G-Saw's not going to be able to shoot us at the moment because he's on reload. We might have had time to get another reload in to shoot the the G-Saw, but I think it would have been very tight. We would have reloaded and then killed us. So I choose to got out there. I'm hoping at the moment that the G-Saw is not going to get some shots into us. We're just going to try and push and kill this heavy tank. He shot us once. We even do get shot by the G-Saw, but we should be able to kill this tank. And unfortunately, we are now on a 1 shot. So, but there's only 3 tanks remaining now in this game, so it should be okay. I'm not sure how many kills are picked up at the moment because, like I say, this is an old replay, so you can't see the kill counters at this point. But I think I was on for about 4 or 5 kills maybe. G-Saw is a potential 1 shot to us, but we are definitely a 1 shot to them. So we've got to be careful. We're trying to lose our spot before we go around and try and get the kill. We've decided that he's clearly turned and looking this way because I saw the gun shot that way. So I'm going to go back around this way and just hope that he's not actually paying attention, because just an educated guess. And you know, thankfully for us, he wasn't, and we're able to pick up the kill there, leaving us 1 enemy tank to be destroyed. But the chances of us getting there are pretty slim at this point. Because we don't know how many hit points are on, to be fair, at this point. We're hoping they're kind of full, but when we quickly checked, they've only got 27 hit points. So we're going to try and get there, but it does take out the Sentinel, so I'm thinking, oh, you never know, I might be able to just make it and pick up a kill. But yeah, the chances are it's going to get taken out before I get that opportunity, and that's probably going to bring us an end to the game, picking up 3,200 damage and just shy of 3,000 assistance. So a fairly decent game. You see, does get taken out, and that brings us an end to replay number 1. But we still have 1 more replay to come. So let's just see the final score. 5 kills, 3,300 damage, 2,800 assistance, and the ace tanker. So yeah, I'll stop rambling on and let's get to replay number 2. Okay, so here we are for the final replay of the video on Normandie. It is the encounter battle, and this time it is a tier 9 lobby. There's no fun police in the game, but we do have 4 enemy light tanks and 4 friendly light tanks, which is never ideal, but you know, at least there's no fun police. It's the encounter battle, so what I'm going to try to do is push up to the ridges in front of me and see if we can spot any of the enemy team potentially crossing towards us, see if we can get any shots in. Obviously with this setup, I can't just, you know, on the standard battle for this spawn, I can just full send underneath their ridge on the left. Because of the way the spawn works on this side, that's not going to be quite possible, so you've got to be a little bit more careful at the beginning, basically. Obviously the longer the game goes on with the light tanks, then the more space you're going to get to manoeuvre and you know, and try and work the game out. But from the start, I just need to get some initial information and see what we can do. So we come to this ridge here, and you can see this enemy E50. We do get one shot into its lower plate, but then we need to pull down because there's clearly going to be lots of tanks on that ridge, which could potentially have shots onto us when we get spotted. So that is a bit of a problem. But as you see, because of the way the spawns work, the enemy team can push right up to us from this side, and potentially keep us, detected. But we do have some teammates with us trying to block them coming around that corner. So at the start, it's a little bit cagey. I don't want to go and do something too aggressive. We don't have a lot of tanks on the other side, so I'm not going to get a lot of assistance from spotting there anyway. So I'm just going to try and wait to see what shots we do have, and then, the longer the game goes on, the more dangerous a light tank can be. The less we'll take out a few tanks, and then we should have more space to manoeuvre. We get one enemy shot into that light tank as he pokes. We can immediately pull back down to below the ridge line so we can't get shot from the enemy gun line covering. Wait till we lose our spot, and then we're going to try and take him out. If we get any opportunity to shoot this light tank, we will do, because taking out a light tank, especially a tier 9 light tank like that, is going to be one of the more powerful tanks on this map. So we definitely want to focus them when we can. We're just looking at for any shots we can. We do spot an enemy tank in the middle. Maybe if he crosses in the open, we might be able to get some few shots as soon as he crosses up in the ridge. But he pulls down before we get that opportunity. We're now looking for shots on this stirb. We do have a few shots. We're going to try and get one in. We actually get two in, one in blind. Now we're going to pull back and wait for a reload and see if we can do again, taking out that enemy stirb. Would be good to take out a tier 9 tank out of the lobby there. We do pick up a little bit of assistance damage there, but now we're going to try and work an angle to get more shots on this stirb. We get one in, we're going to go for a second one. Unfortunately, bounce that, but we're going to pull back. We're not going to stay for the third because we're probably going to eat damage if we do so. So we're just going to wait again, lose our spot, see if we can have another opportunity. We do get our last shot into the stirb, and now we go and reload and wait. Just so we can try and rinse and complete. That stirb is now a one shot to us, so it would be good if we could remove that tank, but he has pulled around the cover, so we can't quite get that stirb out of this game at this point, but we do at least need to remember that he is a one shot, because at a later point in the game, all that little bit of information can be helpful. So we put ourselves now onto 700 assistance, just shy of 2k damage. So a decent start to this game, still pretty even as you can see on the 12 versus 12 scoreline. Enemy Tiger has actually pushed, Tiger 2's pushed up underneath our ridge. I'm going to see if I can find an angle to take out this tank. But as I go around, you can see the E50 is still there covering, so it's a little bit awkward here. Enemy patterns there, we just chanced that shot because you never know. See if RMGs is on our sides, but we don't manage to take out the pattern. We're now just going to pull back around because I can't see an approach to push down that side at the moment. Because I've been pushing into an E50, I'm going to get detected, and then I'm not going to be in a safe position. So I'm just going to try and work out, see if we can get a shot into this Tiger. We get one, but we do bounce the shot on the side of the turret as he turns. We're going to see if we can just get another shot in, but I want to lose my spot first before I poke this ridge. I don't want to be poking it while I'm detected. But we should now get an opportunity to do so. We get one shot in, pull back in. I'm not going to stay to get another shot. I didn't want to test my luck there, waiting for that extra shot, because sometimes that's what ends up losing you half the hit points. You get greedy going for that extra kill, and you would have been better off just waiting on, because the Tiger 2 actually does die anyway. Now we're on to 2,000 damage, and it's still a very, very, very close game, but there's a lot. There's 4 tanks out of the game now, and that does create a bit more space for me to start moving up and trying to spot for my team. And that's what I'm thinking about doing at this point. Now, especially that Tiger 2's got been killed. He's not going to spot us when we come around this corner. I'm going to try and move forward, see if I get into position to detect some of the enemy tanks on their ridge line. Also, I do need to remember there was a stirb at one point around this on a one shot. We do get one shot into the Dragon, but we get detected, and then we lose a lot of hit points for that. You can see from the enemy tanks camping on their ridge in the base. So I don't think I can really push that at the moment. And now I'm thinking about turning my attention to that one-shot stirb, which we left on that early on in the game, because it's keeping our enemy team proxy spotted on this ridge at the moment, and they can't really find a way to get the kill. So I'm thinking about just going in now and taking out this tank, just getting rid of a tank to try and clear up the sides, because we're starting to lose they go down on numbers now in the tanks. So we do come around, we take out the stir from earlier. We got to saw a shot coming from the back of the map, so we know there's something else around this corner. It's still pretty even, you know, but we have picked up our first kill. We have lost a bit of hit points, but we've still got 700, so it's not too bad. But then we try and get a shot on the Dragon. He does get detected, and we pick up some more assistance and does get taken out. But now we're getting shot at from the back, and we actually get shot at by this SU, which I'm guessing is shooting HE because he doesn't take off all of our hit points there. Must have not penned. We're going to go for a blind shot. We actually penned that one blind, which was nice, and then we get off all 3 shots in, putting them on 2 or 1 shot, putting us on to just over 3,000 damage. And Disturb does get taken, the SU does get taken out by our Inderpanzer, which is good. And now this is the time where we're going to try and now move up to the enemy ridge. You're not going to get proxies by that Sturv that we're taking out now, and we should hopefully be able to get under the ridge and try and spot which was what the tanks which was shooting us earlier on, and try and work this game. Because this is a decent side of game, 3,000 damage, 1,600 assistance. But this is where the light tanks, as I say, on the big maps towards the end of the game, can be really useful, because you can obviously outspot your targets, you can outmaneuver them, and you can try and make use of it that way. The enemy team have taken a lot more control of the map though at this point, which is not ideal. But I'm going to see if we can spot anything around here. We do spot an enemy Action X. We're going to go in, see if we can get our 3 shots in. We actually then spot a TD coming around to the left, so we're just going to try and get out of there at this point. You know, we've got 2 shots in. We're just trying to escape, and we actually managed to come out of that and not lose any more hit points, which is good, putting us on to 3,500 damage, putting that Action X potentially onto a clippable situation for us. We've got to be careful if we start pushing up this ridge, but we're just going to see if we can try and help our teammates get an angle shooting at this E50. We're looking for him to back up to, I suppose, a little shot. We've got the slimmest of shots at the moment. He does back up, but we unfortunately ricocheted. I can't stay here anymore, because that Action X and that tank destroyer could be coming for us. As you see, the tank destroyer behind us, which is actually a Charioteer, is looking for a shot. But he is 2 shots, so I'm thinking that Charioteer might be my next potential kill. See if we can take out this tank out of the game. It's been pretty even all the way through. You know, it's 5 versus 5. We don't have the best map control, because the enemy light tank is sort of in our base. You think last time I checked, it was only on like 200 hit points. So I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to get taken out. I'm going to try and focus to see if we can take out this Charioteer. We're looking to try and get a spot. If we get detected, so we're going to get behind the rock, so we can't get a shot unless he really overpeaks this hill. And now we're going to try and go in, but we don't want to go this way in case he's looking at us, because we're still detected. So we want to lose our spot first, and then try and take out the Charioteer, because obviously you want to have more of a chance to catch him off guard if possible, because it's a 4 versus 4, still very, very close all the way through, to be honest with you, in this game, which is nice when it ends like that. We've got shots as Charioteer's not looking. We should be able to get the kill in. We do get the kill in, but then the enemy Action X actually gets spotted and pushes a shot onto us, putting us onto 300 hit points, and we need to try and lose a spot. But then we get detected by the enemy light tank, which is in the back of that. I'm thinking I'm going to be killed at this point, but thankfully I lose my spot just in the nick of time. Otherwise I would have been probably taken out by that light tank, and I need to get into cover now, because I am on a 1 shot. Light tank gets spotted. I'm really hoping I hit this shot, because this is big, and we do kill the enemy light tank, and that's now got rid of all of the enemy vision tanks from the game, which is fantastic. And also that tank would have probably killed us there, but it has left us on 70 hit points. So I can't really approach the kill on that Action X how I was before, because I don't have the hit points. I can't eat a shot, can't kill him in 1 shot, so that's not going to work. But I am thinking what I'm going to do is go a long way round, all the way around the back of their base, back of their spawn, and see if I can kill this heavy tank basically from a distance. See if I can be able to outspot the heavy tank, and kill him from a more safer location, because I can't go in and just try and get round the tank, because I can't hit a shot. If I could afford to eat 1 shot, I probably could have done that, but that's not going to work. That's not the way to get rid of this tank now. But I'm hoping if he's still on the ridge where he is, I might be able to work an angle where I can just get shots behind him, and before he realises what's happening, maybe we can take him out. So we're going around now. You see our 3 enemy, 2 enemy tanks on the other side, where that Skoda was. Our enemy tank destroyer, I think is a tortoise, is making his way towards here, but that's probably going to take a long time for the tortoise to come. I mean, we're having a decent game, 3 kills, 4,000 damage, 2,000 assistance, but there's still more damage in this game, and I want to try and, it's definitely not one yet. I'm a one shot. If I get caught out and get taken out, then it's still back to a 2 versus 3, so it's definitely not one. We have spotted the enemy heavy tank. Now this is where I'm wanting to try and kill him. I want to try and kill him from outside his detection zone, so we don't get spotted. But he's behind some rocks at the moment. I haven't quite got the shot I want, so I need to be a little bit patient. Try and wait until I've got an opportunity to take him out. Try and work, see if we can find the angle. I had a shot there, but I'm going to push around. We actually spotted this enemy Skoda in the open now, so we're going to definitely try and take out this kill. We get one shot in, we missed the second shot, we missed the third shot, which is not ideal because I would have put him on a one shot, but we didn't get detected, so that's good. So we've got enough time to go on reload and see if we can now take out this enemy Skoda. Skoda definitely would be the kill I'd want to take out first. He pokes out and we do manage to get the shot. We're looking to see if we can get a shot on the actually next to now. But we can't. Well, we do get one in, but we're not going to poke it again to get more shots in because we're detected. We are on a one shot. We're just going to go and reload and wait for a better opportunity. He's getting closed in by our friendly team now. So even if he's looking at us, the time our teammates they're going to have a shots up behind. If he doesn't turn for them, if he turns for them, then I'm going to be able to get some easy shots in. I had like a half shot at the lower plate, but I'm just waiting for a better shot. Now here's my better shot. He's gone side on. I'm hoping to get the third in, and unfortunately he just RBs me and takes me out. I probably should just pulled back in, but I thought he was going to get killed by a friendly team, and I was hoping I could just get that shot in before he was able to snapshot me and take us out. But we still ended that game pretty strongly. I mean, that's enough for us to get the win. And let's just see how we did. Let's just get to those scoreboards, and we will just check out that before saying goodbye. So we managed to do 4 kills, 5,100 damage, 2,000 assistance. We did get the ace tanker and the high caliber. And so thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your support as always, and happy tanking.
Hadouken!